Greetings, Green Thumb Gardening family. Allow you unleash back at you from right here at the Green Thumb Gardening channel, right here in Grow Zone 8B in Tifton, Georgia. And in this evening's video, we're bringing you guys an introduction to a grow experiment that we've been conducting here for the past 40 days here at the Green Thumb Gardening channel. We've been conducting several grow experiments here, and we didn't bring you guys along for this grow experiment because it's getting colder here. We were in the process of preparing our greenhouse for the fall and winter months. We propagated so many different things. We were germinating so many different types of seeds that we really simply didn't have time to bring you guys along for this grow experiment. But that has gone so well for us, we thought that we introduce you guys to what we have going on here and show you guys just how easy it is to grow sago palm trees from the pods that grow around the base of sago palm trees and also on the trunk of sago palm trees. Take a look at this. You guys can see we have 3 sago palm trees here in different stages of development. Now these are the little pods that we dig up from around the base of sago palm trees when we get ready to prune our sago palm trees out front or clean out around the base. We dig up these little pods before they germinate and actually sprout into sago palm trees. These same pods also form along the trunk of more mature sago palm trees, and we take our garden spade, we pop those little pods off the side of those sago palm tree trunks. We plant those sago palm tree pods here in a mixture of this is a 50-50 mixture of peat moss and sand. Again, it's a 50-50 mixture of peat moss and regular beach sand. Now, this grow experiment has been going on again for approximately 40 days. This is one we actually just planted today to give you guys an example of what these little pods look like before they actually sprout. Sprout roots and develop foliage, as such as what you will see here in this next container here. And this is a container here, has one of those same pods in it. And we planted this pod in this container roughly 30 days ago. Again, the same mixture of what you guys can see is peat moss and regular beach sand here in this container. As you guys can see, this pod is just beginning to sprout new foliage for us here in this tiny little 4-inch container. And what we did, we placed our pods in these containers. We fully saturate the soil, and we don't water our soil in these containers again until we see signs of germination as far as roots developing from the bottom of the pot, or we see signs of foliage developing, such as what you see growing in the center of this container here. We simply set our containers in a partially sunny area that's not cold. We actually are germinating these sago palm trees from these pods here inside of our high tunnel greenhouse, and we keep them in a shady portion of our high tunnel greenhouse on the actual floor on the in our high tunnel greenhouse to keep them cooler than a lot of other things here in our high tunnel greenhouse. But at any rate, this is around day 30. As you can see, that foliage is just beginning to sprout. It's looking very nice, and you may be able to see some developing roots here in the bottom of these holes. Just barely can see a root sprouting there in the top right hand corner. That's a root forming. So we're going to have to actually get out here sometime soon and put this in a larger container. Smaller containers are better when you're germinating these pods. They'd like to be have a snug fit in whatever container you're going to germinate these pods in. The smaller the container, the better. You can control the moisture better, you can control the temperature better. And again, these pods like to be have a snug fit in the container that you're germinating them in during the germination process. Now, as you guys can see, we only plant these pods about halfway down in the soil. We never bury the top portion of our pods in the soil. Doing so could possibly cause our pods to rot, because again, these are not rooted pods. These are pods that we dug up from around the base of our sago palm trees, or either we pop these pods off of the trunk of our sago palm trees, and we simply allow the bottom of these pods to callus over for a day or two, and then we planted these pods in, again, a mixture of 50-50 mixture of peat moss and beach sand. We have one of our third pod here that's about 40 to 45 days old now. And as you guys can see, once they actually sprout, the foliage develops really fast. It really take off. A lot of people say it takes sago palm forever and ever and ever to grow. It really does not. The trick to making these things grow is warm bottoms and cool tops. Again, warm bottoms and cool tops. So if necessary, and if you possibly have one, when germinating these pods, it wouldn't hurt at all to use a heating mat if possible. You don't. It's not necessary to use a heating mat to germinate these pods. They will germinate. And again, the main thing is patience when it comes to germinating these sago palm pods from the pods themselves into sprouts into actual sago palm trees. Again, here day one. We just planted this one today to give you guys an example of what they look like upon planting. This is about day 30. Looking fantastic in this container. And this is about day 45. Again, once they actually sprout, they really take off and they grow really, really, really fast. And the key again is warm bottoms and cool tops. And last but not least, the thing to know about sago palm trees is that they don't like to have their feet wet. So I highly recommend in between waterings that you allow your soil, once your pod is actually germinated and sprouted and developed roots, I highly recommend that you allow your soil to almost completely dry out in between waterings. Trust me, sago palms are desert type trees. They grow well in dry, arid areas. That's because the soil is not excessively moist in those areas. The soil is sandy, loose, loamy, well draining, and for the most part dry in the areas where these trees are actually natively from. So at any rate, Green Thumb Gardening family, thanks for watching this video. And if indeed you currently do find yourself watching this video on an easy method of growing sago palm trees from these little pods that form along the base of sago palm trees or along the trunk of sago palm trees, if you're not already subscribed to the Green Thumb Gardening channel, please take a moment to press the subscribe button beneath this video, the like button, the notification button, and be sure, Green Thumb Gardening family, be sure to share this video with your friends and family as well. Yeah, easily grow sago palm trees from pods using this method. Warm bottoms, cool tops. Thanks for watching.